Hi there, how are you guys doing? I hope you are all doing great. And welcome to this video, which is just a brief update of the Business Central Masterclass, which is to start on the 21st of February 2023. First of all, I'll really want to thank you guys for subscribing and watching the videos. Those who have been helped, or they have connected with the videos and sharing the positive comments, criticisms, suggestions for improvements. I really appreciate what you have been doing, and I really love the growth that some of BC developers have got from the videos that have been shared, especially the series, because when you follow the series step by step, it gives you exactly what you want. I know there are others who asked about the source code, which I haven't been able to avail as at now because it is a little bit mixed up with so many different videos. I was trying to for me to be able to chronologically arrange the videos again and the source code so that I can be able to upload it in GitHub and share a link. But I can just share the whole file and then you'll sort yourself out. But yes, I'm still to do that, but I believe I'll be able to deliver that. Worry not. That is part of my plan. I'll deliver the source code for all the videos that we have been doing, and I'll probably share a post. So it was on my to-do list of January, and we are in February 13th, and I haven't done it. So in the some of the questions that I've been receiving on Business Central were mostly maybe someone asks, how do I use the set filter? How do I use the set table view? How do I use maybe the set range? How do I use the data item? And then I'm like, okay, yes, in as much as this question is really a legit question, in as much as the question really could help someone who is fixed in a certain code that they're trying to write, I had a feeling that yes, it could not be adding value in a way that I really want it to. And that was the thinking behind the series that I've been releasing. And in most of the series, I've been trying to really look at maybe the mindset that you should approach things. Not just the code or sharing the code, but how should you approach the way you build your system. Casing example is maybe the report series, because I was touching even on how should you build your report in terms of the user interface. Because if you look something like the report builder, SQL Server report builder, once you have generated your report, that particular user interface is so critical to the person who is viewing the report that if you build a report that is not looking well, they'll end up feeling that, oh, I think the system has a problem, because this report, the output of the system is not as good as maybe what the system is doing. So Business Central development, there's more to just the syntax. There is more to just understanding, okay, let's say just knowing that how to use the set filter, how to use repeat until. There is also something to do with how do you deal with clients. How do you approach problems? Okay, Microsoft has a very, very large documentation. That documentation is almost scary. And if you are to start reading the whole or everything about Business Central in that whole documentation, it will take you years and ages. I haven't even exhausted it yet. So how do you approach even using that particular documentation? Why the masterclass? Why not just have a video and cover all these topics in one way or another? You know, a masterclass will, first of all, yes, in as much as their contents, forget about the contents. Just having people attend a session together, 2 or 3 people or 4 people, and then they support each other. You have, you'll find that during the process, while you are having a challenge, your friend will point out how you should do this. And then maybe how should you approach a particular problem, when you face this problem, what is the best path to follow? Because I believe having understanding how you'll be able to solve problems, joining people together, having a community where you can all progress together is really, really key in terms of you as a developer. And again, the results that we offer, the quality of the product is determined by the thinking that has been put in behind the product, not necessarily the code. Okay, of course, it will be through the code that the product will be there, but there is an aspect of the approach that really gets people either right or wrong. If you look at maybe the Business Central way, let me just use the Business Central way. There is a way that Business Central should be built. There is just that way. I've worked with system support solutions and with some solutions that haven't been developed by developers who are keen to detail in how they used Business Central. And you would find that, wow, those challenges were just, like, let me say, unforgivable. Because you are like, wow, is this a support request? It's a support request because of lack of good system design. It's a support request because of lack of maybe good dedication by the team that was building that particular solution. When you look at saying a functional introduction to Business Central, we're trying to look at the most important things where that you should know in the application that will help you be able to develop. Remember, this is an extension-based model. So we need to know, how do we narrow down to a few aspects of the application that will help us during development? Because there are some aspects that we need to understand in the application side that are key in development. And then Docker, of course, we really need to use Docker, especially when you are working with different versions and different containers. And to just help in compatibility, we need to really use Docker. And of course, an introduction to AL language, having GitHub there. And another important aspect is debugging. Debugging is really key. And just the skill of debugging. How do you approach a problem? How do you think through a problem when you're faced with it? You could, okay, I feel like debugging, the skill set of debugging, especially during a crisis, you may face a crisis where only debugging will help. And then looking at statements, building a submodule, a detailed submodule, not just a simple submodule, a submodule that will have most of the items that a Business Central submodule should have. Most of the items that, or most of the aspects that a submodule will have, including workflows. So if you build a submodule, it means any other request that you get on building a submodule can be done easily. And then journal posting using AL, working with data, of course, about the configuration packages, importing data, exporting data, and all that. And then using web services, creating a mini portal that will be able to connect to Business Central. Remember, nowadays we have the need for web services is inevitable. We really need to connect to a system. We really need to be able to access the system through a mobile phone or through a portal. And the web services functionalities in Business Central is really open, really key, that can help us integrate to Business Central easily, view statements, send email, and all that. So some modules on Business Central can be availed in web services. So it's action-packed and a little bit more intensive. A lot of focus is required. Just during the session, a lot of shutdown, no double. You can't be double, like you can't do double things, having a session at the same time and doing something else. And I believe the focus is there. So why charge for such a session? I think the commitment is necessary. The reason why the charge is there is to show seriousness. I'd love to have at least serious people who'd love to maybe commit something so that they can be able to gain in the long run. Because if it's a free session, I believe someone will join today, and then in the next day they're like, "Oh, I'm busy today. I wouldn't want to join," and they'll give a few exercises here and there. So that's why we put that particular charge. Up to I would like to let me say up to today is 13th. Okay, we have a few days remaining. So if you'd like, maybe you feel that you really want to do the course and maybe the charge is quite high, there is a discount for early birds. Maybe by around 16th or 17th, we'll close it off. Yes, so just send me an email to msangi.masera@jishinde.com. I'll share it in the chat, and then we'll have a discussion on it. So it shouldn't be, the price shouldn't be a barrier as long as you can have an honest discussion, of course, an honest one where you just explain maybe your situation. Others are students, and we really understand. And the aim is, I like one to grow. I really love you to achieve your dream of being a BC developer, understanding the system holistically, being able to really build solutions that are long lasting. So that's it for this video. I will see you in the masterclass, but any other video will still be posted in the channel. So see you there.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one.